Look, I think we got off on the wrong foot.
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing back, brother. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer! Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you. We are live, guys. I'm Joe, one-third of the Cyber Nerds.
Revenue GS.
Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
And welcome back to another Falcon and Bucky Barnes review. Today we're reviewing episode 4. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time we drop a video, and hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go and find at the Cyber Nerds on social media, Twitter and Instagram, and follow us there for added bonus content, banter, gifts, and all kinds of shenanigans. What are you man saying about the episode?
This episode is mad. Like, obviously off the ending of the previous episode, I knew we was going to get like some kind of Wakandan appearance, but not to the level that they brought it in this episode. But no, the episode was good. I like the whole more backstory into Karli as well. I feel like we was getting like little snippets of here and there. I did feel like she was going like down a very dangerous road. And now they kind of, for me, I feel like she's always like tethering the line. Like, even in this episode, they're kind of saying like, oh, you're either like a supremacist, or just like certain ideals and names that they're just throwing around, but she doesn't believe she's like them. But she's moving like them. And I feel like the further she goes along, she'll become something that she doesn't want to become, innit?
Okay.
Yeah, she'll get lost in the. She'll get lost in the journey that she's on.
Yeah, that's what I find mad.
I want to go back to the Wakanda thing because you was there and then you moved and you came back. You get me? So like, I didn't think we was gonna get a scene in Wakanda, but then I feel like the scene we got in Wakanda was like enough. Do you get what I'm saying? Because like, I don't want them to like deeply dive into that in this series. Do you know what I'm saying? I kind of want them to stay focused on this, but obviously Bucky spending time in Wakanda is a whole thing. But I would have like I love the scene of them having, I guess, the final time where the Winter Soldier is kind of put to sleep. But at the same time, I would like to see that whole kind of process as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like in the scene, like she reads out the code numbers, he kind of fights the urge or whatever, but it's like, it's a big emotional scene from Sebastian Stan, but at the same time, it's like, you haven't really seen what has led up to all of this, do you know what I'm saying?
And when that...
What?
Because I remember when we was watching the thing, and you was like, oh, no, I'd rather them leave that for...
No.
For the series.
See, in the Wakandan series, I want it to be that stuff. And like, unless the Wakandans are, like, it's tied more into this than I believe. Like, where, obviously, Zemo's on a run now. He might still be on the run at the end of the season, and that could be the start of the Wakandan show where they're trying to hunt man down and right the wrongs, just how in Black Panther they was trying to get Claw back. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can feel that. But I just feel like this should be like something on its own, bro. But maybe that's just me wanting more Winter Soldier stuff.
You know what,
do you get what I'm saying?
Like, this goes back to when we was doing the Disney, Marvel's Legends, Bucky. And I was like, yo, it would be so interesting for us to see Bucky going through the training of like suppressing the code and stuff like that. I feel this is perfect because this is just like, yo, you man, this thing is coming. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, get the snippet over here because then this is a setup for the Wakandan series, isn't it? So
but I feel we don't know if that is.
Bruv, if that would be the case, this is perfect because it's like, yo, we're coming for Zemo.
But that's if Zemo's the bad guy of the Wakandan series.
Do you know what? The thing with me with Wakanda series, they'll be all over the place. I think Wakanda series is going to be a bunch of like Wakandan stuff, us diving more into them, but also these lot going outworld, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and doing missions and stuff like that. It takes me back to the comic. I can't remember what comic I was reading where these lot were with Peter Parker in New York, and they went there. I can't remember if they went to get Zuri or something. Basically, I think they went to get Storm. It was something like that, and they ended up being with Peter Parker for like a day, and they get caught up in something, and boom, that's the mission. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that, like with the Wakandan series, can be a lot of the stuff can be like that. We're dealing with our stuff at home, like politics, all of that, but then boom, we get sucked into this mission, and here comes this next superhero that man. Do you know what I'm saying? That would be like, it's almost like a treat that you can get every 2-3 episodes.
For me, it's like, if they're doing a Wakanda series and it's called Wakanda, bruv, I don't want you man to go nowhere else, bruv. Like, we've spent so much time in 20-something movies, being in New York, being here. If we're calling this thing Wakanda, I want this Wakanda 100 beginning to end. I don't even want Zemo to be the bad guy of that.
Yeah, but it also gives an opportunity for Wakanda, because right now everybody thinks Wakanda's some third world country.
Bruv, that's
so
what.
I think that's
for
also
me,
the opportunity for them to start integrating with the rest of the
Nah,
world.
bruv,
That's where the changes comes for these.
We already did that in Civil War. Oh, Wakanda's coming out of the shadows. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, I hear that. That's calm. But if you're calling the thing Wakanda, I need just 8 episodes of Wakandan drama, Wakanda government, Wakanda dealing with the what's happened now that T'Chaka's dead. We don't know what they're saying with T'Challa. Like, for me, I just want that, and then it can be its own series that never really touches on anything. But I felt like the second scene with the Dera Milaje in this was better for me, but only with the way they neutralized the Shield and the way they neutralized Bucky. And then the way that one of the soldiers in the Dera Milaje was about to take the shield. And for me, when I see that, I was like, right, like, that just makes sense to me. Like, use this vibranium. That belongs to us, man. The arm, you man gave to him, so you should have the to shut man down.
They literally disarmed man. They literally disarmed Bucky.
That is the most accurate,
bro.
when you're talking about disarming.
Call me Steve, give this man his shield, I roger that. Because that's some madness, bro.
I loved all of that, fam. I loved all of that. Get me? So I feel like that scene I was super more into anyway. But I do feel like it was a good episode. But I feel like there was things like there was things missing for me. Like, there were these 2 scenes that I was like, raw, I would have liked to see these play out. And it's the one scene where Falcon goes to meet Karli, and then obviously, what's my man's name? US agent, yeah. Walker's like pacing up and down, getting anxious. Then he's like, oh, we got to go intervene. And then in that scene, Bucky stands man up at the door and is like, you ain't going through. But then it just jumps to the next scene where they're all running into the room, and I'm like, raw, like, firstly, Bucky, like, you could have held these man off if that was the thing. But then, if Walker speeched Bucky into letting him go past, I'll need to see the conversation we're having and understand where Bucky's mind was at when he's letting, you know what I'm saying? He's letting himself get finessed, especially by a man like him.
I think they did that on purpose. There's no way I can accept them, man, just that scene. If we didn't know Marvel well enough, man would say, yo, that's a bad cut. That's a bad scene. Like, that's just horrible. Not even bad, that's horrible. But knowing these, man, they've done it on purpose, and it's going to be...
Man can give a rope, but at the same time, it's like, fam, I'm hoping next episode that thing is revealed or whatever. Yeah. And then the next issue for me is not seeing John take the serum, fam. I feel like, for me, like, that is actually vital, bruv. Vital on just the tip of whether this guy's going to come a villain past this season or maybe he's going to die here. Like, we've only seen, maybe 2-3 man take the serum. Captain America, they kind of show Red Gold taking it, and they don't show Bucky taking it, but they show Bucky in the early stages of becoming a super soldier.
And there's other super soldiers as well.
Who? They never show them get the serum, do they?
Yeah, one was in the cell, remember?
When they stick it in their neck.
Yeah. See, and man's like, and he just quiets him down. Like, so.
And I feel like as the new Captain America and this guy who's going to be a wrong'un, I feel like it would have been perfect to show him taking it. So then later down the line, it's like, oh, look, this is Steve Rogers taking it. And then this is, you know what happened? You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying.
Him in a dirty toilet, injected himself. And
especially the way, like, where was his mental at that time?
Yeah, but I feel like it, because I feel like he was super unhinged in this episode, more than he's been in the other episodes. but they never really show what's unhinging him more and more and more. Do you get what I'm saying?
They did that on purpose, bruv. The same way they did it on purpose, they didn't show. They just show him bust through. I think they purposely held those scenes back so then they can go deeper into it, because obviously, like, time-wise and stuff, like, they wanted to wrap up this episode at that scene where my man is just like, it's just completely lost it.
And
you know what I mean?
I'm not saying you're wrong, fam,
So
but
I
I'm just
think,
judging the episode as the episode.
But
and for me,
man,
that's...
also gotta give these men credit for what they've been doing
But
with their pepper
I
and
see,
things,
I
innit?
see,
Like,
I see that, bro. But I'm just, like I'm saying that
they're
as I'm watching,
notoriously known for doing stuff like
bro,
that.
there's the thing is, it's like when you're retcutting in something time later, I understand. But here, when I'm watching this, bruv, it kind of takes me out because I'm like, this brother's moving ultra mad. Yeah, bruv, if you're gonna explain it later, when they explain it later, I'll be like, hey, that makes sense.
You
But
know
until that point, I'm like, I didn't like that,
And
bro.
this is what these men do, fam.
And
This
that's
is what
fine.
Marvel do. They'll put man in, like, emotionally compromised. The next episode, you know what man's doing?
Bro,
Throwing hands, throwing legs everywhere,
I'm
bro.
waiting-
This is
I'll
what
wait.
these men do, fam.
I'll wait for that, bro, because
Gas man up.
I'll wait for that because I felt like from watching it at the end where you see man standing up with the bloody shield, I felt like they chose that scene over the serum scene, and I'm like, you should have had both. For me, like, do you know what I'm saying? In this episode, because I felt like that would have just, like, you would, I don't know, and we didn't even get to see the flag smashers take the serum either.
Yeah.
And it's like, the way you're taking them out, I can understand, because it's like, there's no lasting effect of these characters, but this guy, John Walker, will go down in history as the next Captain America. Like, you know what I'm saying? For me, that's super historical, bruv. Like, and that's why I felt like, when he takes it, I want to be there for that. I don't want that in a flashback. I want that in the moment it happened. That's how I was just feeling, bro. Because I feel like that was super peak, super important moment, fam.
Right, we'll get that for sure. Zemo on this thing, it just keeps showing us the levels of what Zemo is capable of, which is so cool, because I've gone back, because obviously before what was it? Civil War?
He's in Civil War, yeah.
That's when it comes. Is it Civil War? It comes in.
Civil War's his movie, yeah.
Yeah, it was Civil War, where it's like, oh, I didn't know much about him till then, but then it just got to the point where I'm like, I'm really interested in knowing about this guy, and I went back and did some history, some search, and watching this here, yeah, it just shows like the depth that they're showing this guy for us to understand like what Zemo's capable of. Do you know what I mean? For those who don't know, like Zemo, and the way he's been playing these two men, talking to the kids, finessing the mission, and even when these lot are beefing, he's just like, yeah, you man do your thing. Like, I'm not. Bing, bust his case. Like, it just shows the level that Zemo's at that these lot are not even aware of.
I mean, I feel like they definitely are aware of it, because it's like every time Zemo,
Are they?
every time Zemo gets onto something, Sam's always saying the whole episode like, "I just messing with you. I doing this. I doing that." Like, they're aware that Zemo
He just don't trust
is
Zemo.
yeah, bro. But he's
Like,
aware. He's aware.
I don't think he's aware like what Zemo's
bruv.
capable of, fam. Like,
He's aware, but it's
he's-
like, you can't keep up with man when man's already ahead of you.
Exactly,
That's
and exactly.
why
what
Sam's
I'm
always
saying.
like saying, watch man, but it's like,
Exactly.
how can you watch man?
That is it. That is
That's
it
the
there.
problem, yeah.
That is
one of
it.
those, fam.
That is it. It's
they're all
like-
in their heads.
Sam's trying to stop man from engaging him, man, because he knows, bruv, this guy's like, even says, "Oh, bruv, he's gonna do the thing and tilt his head," because it's like, you're aware what he's gonna do, but you can't stop it, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's the problem.
So I feel like it is definitely showing Zemo's levels and stuff like that. But do you know what it reminds me of? It's like when I think it's Civil War as well, when they talk about what a Winter Soldier can do, like, oh, you send 4 of these men in, they can destabilize a country, boom, boom, boom. I feel like Zemo does that on his own with no serum, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's interesting because I want to see like what Zemo's whole thing is. Obviously, he tried to destroy all of the secret soldier formulas. Falcon asked the question, bruv, if you're on erasing all super soldiers, what does that mean for Bucky?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think Zemo is still going to be on like, hey, look, we'll get rid of these man, and then at the end it's like, yo, I'm still trying to take Bucky out. I want all of these man eradicated, fam.
I think so. I think so.
I think it's mad, bruv. And then when you was talking about Karli, I love that because it's like, it's mad when we're talking about ideologies of people and like when it's I want to necessarily say going too far, but when people believe like they can use like them using tactics that the other side they're fighting against using the tactics, I'm thinking that they're not the same. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, she blows up a building that's got people in it in the last episode, and then she tries to say this is the only language they understand. Correct. Yeah. But at the same time, in doing this, if you continue to do this and you start to win and you become the leader, you have just then replaced them. So Sam's line when he's like, "Oh, doing it their ways, not making a change, it's just different." Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, we just got different leadership now, but methods are the same.
Different camp.
You get me? So it's like, I love that he puts that out there and she's baffed. But then obviously it takes the plunge when she kills Battlestar. Because now it's like, that's at kind of the point of no return. Do you know what I'm saying? In this whole scenario, like, they're coming after you to finish you now. Well, at least John Walker is. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's mad. And then the conversation at the tombstone where the guy who dies later on in the episode is like, yo, like, I believed in Captain America as a youth, and then now I believe in you. Because it's like, I guess when you're watching it on TV, Captain America can represent something for everyone. But then when you kind of grow up and you realize you've been marginalized into said group, said section, you're going to gravitate to a leader that looks like you, represents you, and is fighting for you. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was like, all of those things that they peppered into this episode, I thought was super legit, bro.
These man, just killing them. I'm here for the next episode, innit? I can't wait for next episode.
What do you man think about like Sam's current position in all of this, bro?
He's just trying to stay level-headed, innit? He knows what he's dealing with. He's always been that guy, but it's just too much for him, innit? It's just too much. This guy Walker, he's been unhinged the whole episode, bro. Like, you see the guy tweaking, bro. Why is he tweaking? Like, what's going on with him?
Afghanistan, isn't it, bro? Man
And-
said it. He's
and
been
this-
on how many tours? That
Bruv.
affected man. We had the serum then. We could have been done a lot better.
And this is why they couldn't give us all of that stuff in this episode, because I don't think there's enough time the way they want to go deep into this guys, bro. Because there was no way he goes from being super cool like on TV. Obviously, like he's trying to be Cap in his own twisted way, but then man never seen him, bruv. Like he actually the one who told Sam, yo, you got 10 minutes. It's not like Sam said to me, yo, give me 10 minutes. There's a difference. There's a difference someone asks you for 10 minutes, and there's a difference like you giving that person 10 minutes. He wasn't in 5 minutes. He was tweaking, bro. Like, signs up with this guy, bro. And that's why I'm like, yo, they're gonna give us like full-fledged, like,
I don't know. I don't know, bro, because it's like, because he's taking the serum and that happens off screen, it's like, it's gone from, do we show you why he was unhinged to, you know what I'm saying? The serum part. Do you know what I mean? Exactly, bro.
For me,
I don't know.
Like,
we've gone past that part, bro.
From day one, like, it felt like man was always unhinged, but his Battlestar was the one always drawing man back. So when they went in the calf in that mall place, and man was like, oh, you always made
the right decisions
in the heat of battle.
Yeah.
I thought that was just man gassing him up, because we've seen man, like you saying, from man was like on coming out onto the field, being a celebrity, man was mad cool, but he was always saying, I want to do the right job. So when he's now on the job, we've always seen man do a madness. And the person that's always going back was Battlestar. Every single time. So when Battlestar was saying, I was like, that's you making do the right decisions rather than Don Walker himself. Yeah, you can see it, bro.
Battlestar the same guy who was...
Yeah, but
a man was always saying something, and it was like, the bravado was John Walker. Battlestar for me was always keeping man... I think they're both
on the same
I don't think so, bro.
For me,
maybe saying crud, but Battlestar was always the guy that was the brain of the operation.
Battlestar, Spliff Star, bro. He was just gassing him.
He was gassing man.
That's all he does is gas man, bro.
He kept man hinged.
I don't know, bro.
At the same time.
I just think both of them.
Man, Spliff Star.
I've been calling man Spliff Star, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, bro.
Don't do that, bro.
Bro, he's the hype man, bro. He's the man's hype man, bro. He's the biggest hype man ever, bro.
As soon as man, like...
First and second episode, man standing by, Walker's talking, he's like, at the back, bro, Spliff starring it up, bro. Same thing today, these man's feeling down. Spliff starring it up. Yeah, bro, you good, bro. Like, fam, shut up, man, he's Spliff star, bro.
Yeah, see man's exit, bro, man.
Yeah, that's mad.
Like, got blood in his shield, bro. That scene, that ending scene was mad, bro.
Nah, that was a good scene.
I love it because now that's also going to put pressure on the agency. Like, whoever's, well, I guess the US just be behind thing because cameras all, like, bro, that's out in the world. Like, yo,
that just makes the transition. That makes it easier for the transition for Sam to get the shield at the end of the episode. One thing I do love that they did it through the episode, there was bare Captain America shots that we've seen before. There's the one where he busts through the door with Spliff Star behind him. That's the same scene from Captain America 1 when he busts through the door with the Howling Commandos. They do the one, I think it's from Civil War, where he jumps out of the window and he lands on top of the thing. There's that.
I think that's in Nigeria, isn't it? When them are in Nigeria.
He does that. I think that one he does bare times. But yeah. In Lagos, in the beginning, where he jumps out the window and he lands on the truck, there's that. And then obviously the scene at the end where it pans up, but this time it's got blood on it as opposed to it just being Cap, like, bro. So I love, and that's for me why they had to show the scene with the serum, because you would have had all of those parallels all the way through the episode, bro. I want to see the process that these because this serum's been traveling for what 60-something years, bro.
You got a week to wait, fam. That's what these.
Bro, I don't want it as a flashback. Yeah. Like, I want it to be there in the moment, bro. Yeah, bro, because it makes a difference. And it's like the way them man were going through pain back in the day when it was taking it. Is it still that, bro? Or is it just like a quick vaccine? Bang, we're good.
Yeah, this looks like a quick vaccine. I don't think this is the same process because if you looked at the thing, it's got like a...
this is why we have to see it.
Do you know why? Do you know there's like the pointy bit? Mm. It looked like there's a needle inside.
Yeah,
so
that's
you
what
just remove it and then just...
But that doesn't... But you know what I'm saying? It could still be that easily to inject, but still have a 10-minute process of pain. Like,
because even they said that your veins are on fire.
Exactly, bruv. Bro, yeah.
And that's why
I forgot they described it earlier in the episode, bruv. So then, bruv, you got to show us that later, fam. Unless Falcon's getting it later, fam, or something, bruv.
For me, it's all mad, bro. Because at one point he's throwing his shield at Zemo's head. Obviously, he knocked Zemo out. Like, all right,
he was still human then.
And then the next episode or the next scene, man's got mad reflexes. He threw the shield and cracked the wall. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, for me, I was a bit mad. And all of a sudden, this man busts through the wall. I was like, he's got the serum then.
Yeah, bro.
And I was like, that is just too much of a jump from when it's like when. And how?
100%, bruv. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even if the next episode is this episode again, just from his perspective, bruv, like, it's still mad to me because I felt like you know what I'm saying? Chronologically, we missed those key scenes, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? So, bruv, I'm here for the next episode anyway, but I just felt like that stuff there could have been fleshed out a bit more, bruv. Get me?
Time,
bruv.
Man, bruv, these guys wanted to make an hour and a half episode.
Exactly, fam. Exactly, fam.
Bruv.
Exactly, bro.
Business wise, you think that makes that is up?
The thing's what 6 episodes, bro. That's on them, bro.
It don't matter, bro, because they've got other projects to give it to you, fam.
To me, that sounds like we're gonna take shortcuts here because we've got other stuff to do, bro.
Shortcuts, bro. That's just the
bro.
That's just the road Kevin Feige and these man laid for, man, bro.
For me,
you guys are not believers,
bro.
After all these man they've given you,
I'm just saying, bro.
Moving mad.
These man can be the nicest and still like the thing I wanted to see wasn't in the episode, fam. Especially when they've been talking about it, Bears. But yeah, guys, jump in the comment section below and let us know what you think. Should they show the serum? Not show the serum? Do you think they're going to show the serum next episode and all of them things there? If you haven't already or you don't know, the full watch along us watching this episode is over on patreon.com/thecybernerds. But if you're not going to go over to Patreon, head over to Twitter and Instagram and give us a follow. Other than that, I'm Joe, one further the Cyber Nerds.
Revenue GS.
Mr. Blitztech.
And we'll see you next time.